welcome to the Hooked on Needle podcast. My name is Maricela, or Mari if you prefer. Today is December 8th, and this is episode 6. And I just wanted to say welcome back to those of you who have subscribed, and thank you so much. And welcome if you're new. I hope you enjoy this little video. Just a little chat about what I have been up to, and so let me get going. I have a couple finished objects and I have a couple works in progress. First of all, this is one of my finished objects. It is a cable hat. I looked up a tutorial on YouTube and I went to Lilu, I believe is her name. She has a lot of different hat videos on there, different tutorials, and all of her stuff comes out so beautiful. I did do a couple of changes. I didn't follow exactly as she said. She asks you, or she says, she uses a number size 5 needle for the whole hat. And I did too, but I think I would want to change the brim and go down a needle size or 2 maybe. She uses a 5, so maybe down to a 4.5 or a 4, just because it's super loose. And I just feel a little bit better if it was a bit tighter. And also in the tutorial, in between cables, she does 10 rows of regular knit stitch, and I only did 6 because I just liked it better. I like the closeness of it. So I do want to do it again, and I'm thinking that I'm going to make one using the smaller needles for the brim, and then doing one with the 10 rows in between each cable, and then doing one with 6 rows in between each cable, like this one. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. It's really easy. I was really intimidated. I had never made cables before, and it was really easy. I actually used a double pointed needle instead of a cable needle, and so that really made it a lot easier, I think. And so if you guys want to go check her out, like I said, she has lots of different hat videos, so you can make lots of different hats. And I think she does both knitting and crochet, so whichever one you do, or both. And then I made a couple hats. I made some regular, just a simple stockinette stitch hat, and this is for one of my friend's son. And very simple. And I used Big Twist for this one and this one. The Big Twist yarn, I don't know the colors. This one is teal, but I don't remember what this one is. And then I had told you guys I wanted to make some hats for my friends' kids, and so I did. I had seen this hat floating around Instagram, and I really liked it. I didn't follow any pattern or anything. I just by looking at it, I did a half double crochet for the brim, and I did a cluster of 4 double crochets. And so and then I added a pom-pom, and I used this yarn, but in the number 5 color. And this is one of the yarns that I got at my local yarn shop when it was closing down. And it is 75 acrylic and 25 wool. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one, but I really did like the way that the purple pink one worked up. So we'll see. I may end up making another hat like this one just because I really did like the way it looked in the clusters. So yeah. And then for that same little girl, I made this hat. And again, just a simple stockinette stitch. And for that one, I used this yarn. I'm not sure if this is the correct color, so I don't want to tell you guys. But I did go online and look for this yarn, and they have quite a few varieties on there. So if you guys want to take a look, I totally recommend this yarn. I never used that yarn before. That was also one that I bought at the local yarn shop when it was closing. And I really, really, really like it. It was super easy to knit with. It was really easy to like slip off the needles and stuff. And it's not itchy. It is 100% superwash wool. So yeah, and I love the color changes. I made this one first thinking that this is the one I was going to give the little girl, but after looking at the colors, I was like, no, this is more girl colors. I think it's like happier colors. And so this one's going to the little girl, and this one will be going to my son, and he actually has already worn it and he loves it. And so I didn't want to waste any yarn, so I went ahead and made little pom-poms for them. And yeah, so this is another one. And I also, for my son, made a Ninja Turtle hat. This is his favorite, Raphael. I'm more of a Donnie person, but to each their own. And I followed a pattern, or not a pattern, a tutorial from Glama on YouTube. And I really like it. You can fold it like this and put it on top of their head, or they can wear it down and wear the mask over their eyes. And the way she connects it is, it's basically like a crab stitch, where you start and you knit opposite of what you usually would. But I love the way it transitions there, and it's such, like, I love the clean yarn transition, I guess is what it is. I don't know. I think she did a wonderful job by doing that, because it's not overpowering one color or the other, and it's on there really, really nicely. That's the inside of it. So I really, really liked that technique on there. And I didn't follow her pattern exactly either, just because I know my basic beanie pattern that I do for my son. So I just went ahead and followed that, or did my beanie, and then I kept the mask the same amount of numbers, like right here around the eyes, but I did take away stitches on the sides because I had a lot less stitches than she did. So if you, depending on your tension, I think you can either follow hers or do your own beanie, and then just remember to keep this part between the eyes the same, like the mask, this mask part, not really this part over here, but the eyes, those you really need to keep the same. And so after that, just kind of go play it by ear, I guess, to see how much you want in the back right here. But yeah, so I totally recommend you guys go take a look at her video, and she does a really nice job explaining, and she takes it slow and everything. So if you are new to crochet, she has some really nice tutorials. And then I made, this one's going to be hard to show you guys. I made it a beard beard hat. And I should have the pattern around here. I made a beard hat. I made it for my friend's son. And this is the Crochet Bauble Beard Pattern by AshleyMarie.com. Oh, by Ashley. And she's at AshleyMarie.com. She gives you 4 different sizes. And so just depending on which one you're doing, the hat takes me about 30 minutes to make. And then the beard will take me anywhere between 20 and 40 minutes. So if it's the larger one, it'll take me 40 minutes. If it's the smallest, then it'll take me 20 minutes. So yeah, but I really like it. And I've actually thought about not really sewing it on, but maybe just putting on something so that they can button it on there or something, slip it on a button. Just because it can be kind of hard to put it over their head. But I have made this before. I made one for my husband and I made one for my son about 2 years ago. So I may end up making another one for my son. And I don't know about my husband. I'll ask him. But yeah. And then one of my friends asked if I could make her some fingerless gloves. And she sent me a link from Pinterest. And so I did. And this is Big Twist yarn. And this is the medium gray color. And since she sent me these, I decided to make some of my own. And I'm not done with it, with the other one. I'm done with one. I haven't woven the ends in. But I started it the same, just single crochets, and then went on to half double crochets. And for those of you who don't know, half double crochet is my favorite stitch. I love it. It's just perfect. Not too loose, not too tight. Just right. So yeah. And then I also made a couple of amigurumis. And I made 2 from this book. And it comes with these. Sorry about the glare. It comes with these patterns. And the crocodile isn't actually on here. So it's the crocodile, the only one that's missing. So there's 10 patterns in here. They crochet up pretty quick. And then you get some little pals. I've made the hippo before. I showed a little blue hippo. But I liked it so much, so I made another one. And I'm thinking I'm going to give these to some of the little kids. The smaller kids for Christmas. And then the second little amigurumi, sorry about the noise. The second little amigurumi I made from the book was this little crocodile. And in the pattern, they have you make the scales separately and then sew it on. But I didn't want to do that, so I just kind of attached my yarn here and tried to stay in the middle as much as I could, but I did go crooked. And it's kind of hard to keep it straight because it's worked in the round, and so your stitches don't end up right one above the other. They're a little bit off to the side. And so that's why he's a little crooked, but that's okay. You can't tell when he's laying down. So, and yeah, it was really, really quick, and I really enjoyed making them. And then I went on YouTube and found Sharon Ohala, and I've seen her stuff before. I've attempted to make a bear from her before, but that bear turned into a mouse because I'm horrible with faces. I can't get their noses right. Their noses correct. And so the would-be bear became a mouse. Although he doesn't have a tail, so I need to add a tail to him. But anyways, I made a little bear from one of her different patterns. In this pattern, you actually can turn it into a bear, a frog, a bunny, and I think a fox as well. So if you guys want to go over and check her out, she has so many different kinds. She's got some that are small like this one and some that are a little bit bigger. And I actually have printed a pattern from hers before of a bunny that you can dress. And I was thinking about making it for one of the younger nieces. So maybe I'll do that, but I'm not sure. I have printed it. I just haven't done it yet. And then I was bored. So I ended up trying to make something up myself. And so I made this wannabe bunny. And like I mentioned, I'm bad at the noses. I tried making its nose like 4 times and cutting it out, and I just couldn't get it right. So finally I gave up. And I was thinking that I could go and look for heart buttons and maybe put a heart in for the nose. And I had absolutely no luck finding heart buttons. I went to Michael's, I went to Joann's, I went to Walmart, I went to Hobby Lobby, and in Hobby Lobby I found some, but they were really small. So none of them really fit the face. So it is noseless. And I don't know if I'm going to give it another try to give it another nose, or if I'm just going to leave it like this and then keep it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I do think it's quite adorable though. And like I said, I didn't follow a pattern. I just kind of did whatever I felt like. And I like it. I think it's adorable. So yeah, this is my wannabe bunny. And I think it looks bunny enough. And so yeah, but this one I just kind of threw together. And I believe that is it for finished objects. I don't think I have anything else. And for this I used Karen's pound. 1 pound. This was leftovers, and this I had a big ball of it. And for this I used Loops and Threads Impeccable for the green and Red Heart Super Saver for the red. I think I mentioned everything else. And so my works in progress, for the friend who has the 3 kids, I'm going to call her friend E. I'm sorry, friend L. Friend L. What am I thinking? Friend L has 2 boys and a girl. And her oldest boy is a big Panther fan for, I think they're a American football team. And, so I made him this hat. This is actually my second hat that I'm trying to make him. And I wanted you guys to see this join. I followed Stacy from Very Pink. Very Pink? Is it just Very Pink or Very Pink Knits? I think it's just Very Pink. The YouTube channel, she has a whole bunch of knitting tutorials. And she has this tutorial where she tells you that when you do color changes, you go ahead and change in the first round, and then the second round, when you're about to start it, you take the right leg from the first color up on your needle and then knit it together with the new color, and it kind of pulls it up so that you don't get that jag when you're color changing. And this is actually the most successful I have been. I have tried it before, and I wasn't as successful as I was here. So I am really happy with it, and I am loving the way it's coming up. So I should finish it either today or tomorrow, and I am hoping to have their stuff shipped by this weekend or midweek next week. And then I am also working on another hat. This one's gonna look like nothing. But I have a friend who has a daughter who loves owls. She is totally owl obsessed. And so I found this chart on Ravelry. It is a free chart. I don't remember who had it, but I printed it out, and so I'm following that, and that is what will be on this hat. And I am knitting another hat for my aunt. She asked for a plain pink with an accent pom-pom. So that is what I'm doing, and she really liked this color. For this one, I'm doing Red Heart Super Saver, by the way. And for this is the Charisma color. And, I'm sorry, the Charisma yarn in the fuchsia color. And I've used this one a lot. I really, really like this, this yarn. So, yeah. And then I decided to do a remake of my previous work. This is a hat I made for my husband when I was first starting to knit. I knit it flat and then I seamed it up, but you can tell that it is not even seams. It is so crummy looking, but my husband wore it. He can't even tell. I can tell. You guys can tell. All this uneven picking up and stuff. Horrible. So I decided to do it again because he wears it, but it's ridiculously stretchy. Look at this. Like, we could have a little camp out in here. It's just really, really stretchy. So I wanted to do it again because he likes his hats very tight fitting. And so what I did was I knit this one with a size 5 needle and 120 stitches. I don't know what I was thinking. And I was new to it. Please don't judge me. And so I decided to do it again. And this one is 100 stitches. And it is on size 3.5 needles. So it's a lot smaller. But it definitely will fit over his head. And it will be tight the way he wants it. So I will be happy because he will be happy. And I actually had a thought because Stacy from Very Pink, is it Very Pink Knits or Very Pink? Oh, I don't even know. Anyways, whatever. She released a scarf pattern that uses up 7 different colors, and each color is assigned a certain stitch. So it's kind of like patches of different colors and different stitches, and it looked really pretty. And so I was thinking of doing it with these colors and adding some, I don't know, another 4, and then from those 4 making a hat for my husband, another hat, so that way he could wear the scarf with this hat or the other hat, and that way he could just have those sets. I don't know if he would even want those sets, but whatever, I don't mind making it. And also, I want to make him a scarf because he bought one a while ago, like a long time ago. And he really, really liked that scarf, but then he lost it. And so that one was not handmade or anything. He just got it at the airport one day. And so I think I want to make him one that I make him, because hopefully he won't lose it and it will be a little bit more meaningful that I was able to make it for him. And so I would love to do that. But I'm not sure. I still have a lot of things to make. I did count the number of kids I have left that I would like to give something to. And the total number was 35. And I still need to get 25 of them done. I don't know if it will be possible. Christmas is like, today's the 8th. So 16 days away. 17 days away. And so I need to have that stuff sent out because we're going to be out of town after the 20th. From the 20th till New Year's, we're not going to be here. So I do want to have that stuff done and sent out, or, you know, passed out or whatever. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I am hopeful, but we will see. Like you guys see, I have like 3 different hats on right now, or 4 different hats going right now. this one shouldn't take long, and this one shouldn't take long. This one is taking a little bit longer than I thought, but that's okay. I actually started it maybe about an hour ago, and so I'm doing pretty okay. But that's just because, I mean, I'm used to knitting just simple stockinette, and then boom, 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 we're done. So, yeah, as long as she likes it, I will be happy. And I wanted to talk to you guys about the needles that I had gotten from Knitter's Pride. I tried all 3 needles out, and I liked all 3, but the Platinas, they are not for me. I am the kind of person that gets chills just thinking about it, you guys. Seriously, I get chills when someone scratches the chalkboard, or when I have to wash certain metal pans. Oh my gosh, it's just this icky feeling, this heebie-jeebie feeling. I don't know what to call it. It just, that's what metal on metal do to me. Or the nails on the chalkboard. I don't know what that feeling is called, but that's the feeling I get. So when I knit with those, that was the kind of feeling I was getting. And so it was very uncomfortable because of that, not because the needles were bad. All of those needles have beautiful joins, and the cables are so pliable, and I love them. I love all of them. If I were to get a set, I don't know which one I would get. My husband asked if I had made a choice, and I haven't. I liked all of them, and even though I had talked about before that I was a little apprehensive about wooden needles, these have wood. These are the Royals, and this part is wooden right here. And I thought it was going to be grabby or sticky with the yarn, and it wasn't. It had just enough grip for you to not have to worry that your stitches were going to fall off, but not enough for you to have to be like, like, you know, prying them off of the needle. And so I really enjoyed working with all 3 needles, except for the Platinas and that little thing that I have with it. And yeah, so these are the carbons, and again, these are a bit lighter than the Royals just because of the way that this feels kind of hollow. I don't know if it is or not, but they're sturdy, and they're really nice, and they're really nice to knit up with, and I really like the cable. So I think I would tell my husband to look for any of them that have the short version, because let me show you guys. Okay, this is a 16-inch circular of the Knitter's Pride Dreams, and this is the Royals, so you can see the difference in the length, right? So I like these because since I knit a lot of hats, knitting hats on this is not very nice at all. So I need the short ones. So I think if I find whichever ones I find that make the shorts would be the ones that I would get. So if they have the Dreams, I would like the Dreams. If they have the Carbons or the Royals, I would get those just because I really liked these needles. And like I said, their cables are so pliable, so not stiff. They're very, very nice. So I'm all for Knitter's Pride. But since Thanksgiving, I've been waiting, you guys. I did order a set to try from Knit Picks, and this came with the Caspian wooden needles in size 4mm and then the nickel plated in 4.5 millimeter, and a 24-inch cable and a 40-inch cable. And I tried these, the Caspian woods, and they're really nice too. They, again, I don't know why I have in my head it's stuck that wood is going to make the yarn stick to it or something, but it didn't. It was very, very nice to knit with. It was very smooth to get off of it and everything. The only thing is that the cords are much stiffer than the Knitter's Pride. See, look. This one likes to bounce. This one, it's bouncy enough, but not as much as this. So I do like these cables. So I wouldn't say no to these if I could use those cables. I definitely think I like the cables from Knitter's Pride a lot better than I do the Knit Picks. But the needles, both of them, or all of them, I should say, are really nice. I haven't yet tried the nickel plated ones, but I don't expect to be disappointed. So I will see about those. And since I was ordering some needles, they were having a sale, and I've never used any Knit Pick yarn before. And I just picked something up thinking that I wanted to try felting. So I picked up some Wool of the Andes. I picked up 2 of these. This is the Time color. And it's pretty true. It's like if I show it closer, that's too bright of a green. But it is a green. It's more brownish green. And I got 2 of those, like I said. And then I got one of this cloud. And this is like a cream color. I don't know if it's going to show it. And then the last one is Winter Night. And this is a blue. Oh, that's too dark. Yeah, that one's too dark. So, anyway, so I got just 4 balls. And so that was my first Knit Picks order, guys. I never ordered from Knit Picks. And I did notice that Knit Picks does have the Caspian in the shorts. And so I guess I think I'm going to be naughty and try to see if these will fit with the other cables, with the Knitter's Pride cables. And then maybe use it like that, because these cables are awesome. And so maybe I will be naughty and do that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I think this is a cheaper set, the Caspians, than the Knitter's Pride. So I think it would be depending on you guys, what your budget allows, or if you want to go ahead and just, get the good kind. I think it's totally worth it to get something a little bit more expensive if you know that that's what you want. And that is something that my husband was telling me. He was like, just get the one that you want, because it's going to make you happier. It's going to make your knitting easier. And so whichever one you want will be okay. So I don't know. I still haven't decided. I am going to look to see if Knitter's Pride makes any of the shorts. I know they have a chunky set for the Dreams, but I don't want to knit all my hats chunky. So I do hope they have something smaller, like smaller needle sizes. And so yeah, we'll see. Oh, and I wanted to show you guys my bags. This is from Friend Elle, she is the one that sews. And so she made me this bag and a little notions bag to go with it. Although I'm not using it for my notions, I'm using it to house my sock that I haven't worked on at all. No love. No love for the sock. In a really long time, no love. So, like I said, we are going out of town, so I think I'm going to definitely take the sock and do that for most of the car ride. We will be in the car for quite a bit. And, yeah, so I haven't started on the sweater for my daughter. I don't know if I'm going to start it or not, to be honest, because she keeps telling me that it's going to be itchy. So if I do make it, I think I'm going to end up making it out of the Loops and Threads wool because I really love that yarn. And that one I know won't make her itch. The only thing is that this is the yarn that I was hoping to use, and it's quite chunky. You see that? And if I end up using this one, even though this is 2 strands right there, the red one, it's not as chunky either way. It's a lot thinner. So it will end up taking me longer. So I don't know if I want to start doing that or not. Although I know she would really like it. I think she would really prefer a like a baggier sweater. I think I've mentioned that before, that she likes baggier sweaters. So maybe that's what I'll end up doing with this chunkier yarn, and just make her like an oversized sweater. Because I can't wait to use this. I really want to knit with it and make something beautiful with it. And this is what I got from the local yarn shop when it was closing, and I love it. Oh wait, I'm lying. I didn't get this one. This one and this one I ordered online, but I got the other. I have 3 other skeins that I did get from the shop. But anyways, and yeah, and I did have a craft show this weekend that passed. I did okay. I was happy with what I did. Again, my favorite part is seeing the people who bought my items wearing them, and they were loving it, so I was happy. I don't think I'll be doing any more until I come back, and then I'll be looking again, because I do enjoy it, and it gives me just a little bit of a getaway, I guess. I would like to do another one again. And yeah, so I think that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for taking a little time out of your day and spending it with us, or with me, I mean, with us. I don't know. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to get more videos, please subscribe. If not, that's cool. And I will leave you guys with positive vibes. And if I don't see you guys before the holidays, then just happy holidays to everybody. And please take some time to really enjoy your family and your loved ones. And yeah, I get a little sad around this time, because my dad is no longer with us. He passed away. And my mom is she lives in Mexico, and we don't always get to see her, and I don't have the best relationship with my mom, but at the end of the day, she is my mom. So yeah, so I do get a little sad around this time, just because it's not the way it is when I was growing up. Like, when I was growing up, there was huge parties, and now usually we go out of town with my husband because he travels. My other sister goes out of town, so it's just we're all over the place now. So anyways, So yeah, just take some time and appreciate your loved ones and show them you care and all that good stuff. And yeah, hasta la próxima.